Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever felt as if you were constantly giving, constantly chasing someone who seemed to take and never give back? Maybe it was someone you cared deeply for, someone who made you believe that you had to keep chasing them to prove your worth. Well, let me remind you of something: you don't need to chase anyone ever. The moment you realize this truth, your life will transform. The key to shifting the dynamic lies in understanding that you are the master of your reality, and nothing outside of you has the power to dictate your worth. The world responds to what you believe, not what you chase. When you focus on constantly chasing someone, you put yourself in a position of lack, as if you need something or someone to feel complete. But when you shift your mindset to one of abundance, knowing that everything you desire is already on its way to you, everything changes. No longer are you the one running after people who don't value you. Instead, you become the one who attracts the right energy, the right people, and the right opportunities into your life. You become magnetic dot. The power lies in the simple truth: you are enough just as you are. You don't need to chase approval, attention, or love. The moment you stop seeking validation from others, you become a force to be reckoned with. Imagine how different your life would be if you realized that you didn't have to chase anyone or anything to feel complete. Imagine stepping into your life knowing that the universe is aligned with you, ready to bring what you deserve straight to your doorstep. Now let's explore the profound shift that happens when you stop chasing. When you stop running after someone, you instantly start to reclaim your personal power. Instead of waiting for someone else to fill the gaps or approve of your worth, you begin to fill those gaps yourself. You realize that your value is not determined by anyone else's actions or opinions. This shift in perspective is not just powerful, it is life-changing. You take back control of your energy and use it to create the life you want without needing anyone's permission or validation. At the core of this transformation is the importance of self-worth. Too often we find ourselves in situations where we feel as though we need to prove our value to others. But the truth is, your worth is innate, and it doesn't need to be earned by chasing after someone who doesn't value you. When you fully embrace your worth, when you realize that you are deserving of all the love, respect, and attention you seek, the game changes. You no longer feel desperate or needy. Instead, you become confident and whole, drawing toward you only those who recognize your value and are willing to give back in equal measure. Changing how you see yourself is one of the most powerful things you can do. If you see yourself as someone who is always chasing, always seeking approval, that is exactly what your reality will reflect. But if you start seeing yourself as complete, as someone who deserves the best, your life will align with that vision. This change in self-image is not just a superficial shift, it is the foundation for everything else in your life. When you begin to see yourself as worthy, deserving, and capable of attracting love, success, and respect, that is exactly what you will draw into your life. The way you think about yourself is reflected in everything around you. When you change your self-image, you change your experience. Your thoughts and feelings create your reality. And as you begin to see yourself as someone who no longer needs to chase, you begin to experience life on your terms. This transformation is powerful. It sets you on a path where you no longer need to beg, plead, or chase after someone who isn't treating you the way you deserve. Instead, you will attract people who are in alignment with your energy and values. Imagine the impact this shift could have on your life. No longer will you feel drained by the effort of chasing after someone who doesn't reciprocate your energy. Instead, you will feel empowered, knowing that you are whole and complete without needing anyone's approval. This is where your true power lies. The more you embrace this truth, the more you will experience life from a place of strength, not weakness. You won't need to chase love, success, or happiness. All of these things will come to you naturally because you have aligned yourself with the energy of receiving, not chasing. Now let's think about the message you send when you stop chasing. When you stop chasing someone who thought they could take you for granted, you send a clear message: you are not someone to be taken lightly. You have self-respect, and you know your worth. You won't tolerate being treated as anything less than what you deserve. This shift in mindset is what proves others wrong. Those who once thought they could take your energy for granted will soon see that you are no longer available for that dynamic. You've leveled up, and those who didn't recognize your value will regret not seeing it sooner. There comes a time in every person's life when they have to choose between continuing to give their energy to something or someone who doesn't value it, or stepping into their own power and reclaiming their worth. So often we find ourselves in situations where others expect us to chase after them, to prove our worth, or to beg for attention and validation. But the truth is, you were never meant to live this way. You were never meant to chase after anyone or anything. The moment you realize the power that lies within you, you'll no longer feel the need to chase. Instead, you'll attract what you deserve with ease and grace. When someone thinks they can take advantage of your kindness, your time, and your affection, it's easy to feel small, to believe that the only way to gain their approval is by giving more of yourself. But what if I told you that the greatest form of power lies in recognizing your value, in stepping away from the chase, and in living as though you already have everything you need? You are enough as you are, and the moment you accept this truth, you'll notice a profound shift in your life. You will no longer seek out approval from others. Instead, you will start attracting people who see your value and match your energy. Chasing is an act of desperation. When we chase, we give away our energy in hopes of receiving something in return. But when you realize your worth and step into your power, you don't need to chase anymore. You begin to draw in what aligns with your energy. The universe has a way of responding to the vibration you put out into the world. If your vibration is one of scarcity, need, or insecurity, that's what will be reflected back to you. But when you embrace the truth of your inherent worth, when you show up in the world as someone who is whole and complete, you begin to attract those who recognize the power you hold. Living in your power is about more than just believing in yourself. It's about embodying your self-worth in every moment. It's about standing firm in your convictions and knowing that you deserve nothing less than respect, love, and genuine connection. When you begin to see yourself as someone who is worthy of all good things, you stop giving away your energy to situations that drain you. You stop accepting less than what you deserve. Instead, you become the force that draws what is meant for you closer. You don't need to chase after love, success, or validation. You attract them naturally because you are operating from a place of abundance, not lack. It's important to understand that living in your power means being unapologetically yourself. It means letting go of the need to seek approval from anyone outside of yourself. So often we allow the opinions of others to dictate our sense of self-worth. We chase after people, trying to prove that we are good enough, worthy enough, or deserving enough. But when you live from a place of power, you stop caring about how others perceive you. You no longer need their approval. You know who you are, and you own it. The moment you choose to stop chasing, the moment you decide that your worth is not contingent on someone else's opinion or actions, you begin to shift the dynamic. Those who thought they could take advantage of your time and energy will see that you no longer play by their rules. You are no longer available for games, for disrespect, or for being undervalued. You prove them wrong by showing them that you are not someone who can be easily manipulated or taken for granted. You are someone who knows their worth, and you don't need to chase after what isn't aligned with your highest self. Living in your power also means taking responsibility for your own happiness. So often we think that someone else can make us happy, or that we need something outside of ourselves to feel fulfilled. But happiness starts within. When you choose to embrace your own power, you choose to be the source of your own happiness. No one else has the ability to complete you because you are already whole. True power comes from the understanding that you are enough, just as you are. When you live in your power, you stop giving away your energy to people who don't appreciate it. You stop overextending yourself to others who take without giving back. You set boundaries. You know what you are willing to accept, and you know what you deserve. You start to attract those who respect your boundaries and recognize the immense value you bring to their lives. It's also important to understand that living in your power doesn't mean being arrogant or dismissive of others. It simply means that you value yourself so much that you no longer tolerate anything that doesn't honor your worth. It means that you choose to live your life from a place of self-respect and confidence, not from fear, insecurity, or desperation. You no longer feel the need to chase after people or opportunities. Instead, you create your own opportunities and you attract people who match your energy. Every time you choose to live in your power, you prove those who doubted you wrong. You prove them wrong by showing that you don't need to chase after anything or anyone. You prove them wrong by living a life that reflects your inner strength, your resilience, and your worth. And in doing so, you become a beacon of empowerment to others. You show them that they too can step into their own power and stop chasing what is not meant for them. The way you perceive the world around you plays a crucial role in shaping your reality. Every experience, every moment, and every outcome is influenced by the assumptions you hold about yourself, others, and life in general. These assumptions are more than just beliefs or thoughts, they are the foundation of how you navigate through life. When you learn to harness the power of assumption, you begin to realize that you are not a passive participant in your life. Instead, you have the power to shape your experiences by shifting the assumptions you hold. Assumptions are the thoughts and beliefs we have about the world and ourselves that guide our actions, reactions, and decisions. They often operate on a subconscious level, dictating how we approach challenges, relationships, and opportunities. What you assume about your potential, your future, and your abilities directly impacts your actions and results. If you assume that success is impossible, that love is out of reach, or that you're destined to fail, your actions will align with those assumptions, creating a reality that reflects them. But if you shift your assumptions, you begin to open the door to new possibilities. The beauty of assumptions lies in their power to influence how we experience reality. When you assume something to be true, your mind begins to filter everything through that assumption, shaping the way you perceive situations, people, and events. If you assume the best about yourself, you begin to see opportunities for success, love, and growth where others might see obstacles or setbacks. Your assumptions set the stage for your experiences. The more you believe something is true, the more likely it is to manifest in your life. Your assumptions create a self-fulfilling prophecy, meaning that what you believe to be true will eventually become true in your reality. One of the most powerful ways to use the power of assumption is to make positive, empowering assumptions about yourself and your life. Instead of assuming that things will go wrong or that you're not good enough to achieve your dreams, start assuming that you are worthy of success, happiness, and fulfillment. When you assume that good things are on their way to you, you begin to vibrate at a higher frequency. This higher vibration attracts positive experiences and people into your life. You stop pushing against the flow of life, and instead you begin to align with the abundance that is always available to you. Assuming success, happiness, and fulfillment is not about ignoring challenges or pretending that life is always perfect. It's about choosing to assume that you have the strength, resources, and capabilities to handle whatever comes your way. When you assume the best, you empower yourself to navigate challenges with confidence and resilience. You no longer see obstacles as insurmountable, you see them as opportunities to grow, learn, and become stronger. The assumption that you are capable of overcoming anything gives you the courage to take bold actions and make decisions that align with your goals and desires. Another key aspect of the power of assumption is its ability to influence your relationships. The assumptions you hold about others shape how you interact with them. If you assume that people are kind, supportive, and trustworthy, you are more likely to attract those kinds of individuals into your life. When you assume the best in people, you are more open to forming meaningful connections and building strong relationships. However, if you assume that people are out to hurt you or that relationships are doomed to fail, you will subconsciously create situations that reinforce those assumptions. Assumption also plays a key role in how you handle setbacks and failures. Instead of assuming that a failure is permanent or that you are incapable of success, begin assuming that setbacks are temporary and that every challenge is simply a stepping stone toward greater growth. When you adopt this mindset, you become more resilient and less likely to be discouraged by temporary obstacles. Your assumptions about failure shift from defeat to opportunity. You begin to see every challenge as part of the process, knowing that it's not the end of the journey but rather a crucial part of your growth and evolution. The key to using the power of assumption effectively is to become aware of the assumptions you are holding. When you start paying attention to your thoughts and beliefs, you can begin to challenge and reframe the negative or limiting assumptions that may be holding you back. If you catch yourself assuming that you'll fail, that things will go wrong, or that you're not deserving of success, take a moment to pause and reframe those thoughts. Shift your assumptions to ones that empower you, ones that reflect your true potential and worth. By consciously choosing to assume the best, you begin to rewire your mind and change the course of your life. The beauty of assumption is that it works whether you believe it consciously or not. Your mind doesn't differentiate between what is true and what you assume to be true. Whether you assume success or failure, the universe will respond in kind. So why not choose to assume the best? Why not assume that you are deserving of love, success, and all the good things life has to offer? By assuming that your desires are already on their way to you, you begin to attract them into your life with ease. The power of assumption is not a magical or mystical force, it's a mindset that allows you to take control of your reality. By shifting your assumptions, you shift your energy and your experience. When you assume that things will go well, that you are capable and worthy, and that the universe is working on your behalf, your life begins to reflect those assumptions. You become an active participant in creating your own reality, and the world around you starts to align with the assumptions you hold about it. Harnessing the power of assumption allows you to create a life that matches the beauty and potential you believe is possible for you. Self-worth is the foundation upon which everything else in life is built. It is the lens through which you view yourself, your capabilities, and your potential. When you truly recognize your worth, you begin to see the world differently. You start to make choices that reflect your value, and you stop settling for less than what you deserve. Your self-worth is the driving force behind your confidence, your actions, and the way you interact with others. Without a strong sense of self-worth, it becomes challenging to create a life that reflects your true potential. When you don't fully recognize your self-worth, it's easy to fall into patterns of self-doubt, fear, and insecurity. You may find yourself seeking validation from others or staying in situations that don't honor your true value. Your self-worth is not determined by external factors, but rather by how you see yourself and the belief that you are deserving of all the good things life has to offer. Once you fully understand and embrace your worth, everything in your life begins to shift. The truth is, your worth is inherent. It is not dependent on your achievements, your appearance, or the opinions of others. You are worthy simply because you exist. Recognizing this truth is the key to unlocking your full potential. When you start to see yourself as worthy of love, success, and happiness, you start to attract those things into your life. Your self-worth dictates the quality of your relationships, your career, and your overall happiness. The way you view yourself sets the tone for how you show up in the world, and the energy you put out will attract like-minded people and opportunities that align with your sense of self-worth. If you've spent years doubting your worth or allowing others to dictate how you feel about yourself, it's time for a change. Building self-worth is a process, but it starts with changing the way you talk to yourself. The thoughts and beliefs you hold about yourself shape your reality. If you constantly criticize yourself or tell yourself that you're not good enough, your actions will reflect those beliefs. To build your self-worth, you must start by speaking kindly to yourself. Replace negative self-talk with affirmations of your value. Remind yourself daily that you are worthy of love, success, and abundance. The more you affirm your worth, the more you begin to believe it, and the more your life reflects that belief. Self-worth is also about setting boundaries and not tolerating mistreatment. When you recognize your worth, you stop settling for situations or people who do not respect you. You begin to stand up for yourself and demand the respect you deserve. You no longer allow others to dictate your value or treat you as anything less than deserving of kindness, love, and appreciation. You start making decisions based on what is best for you, not out of fear or a need for approval. The more you honor your worth, the more others will too. Another crucial aspect of self-worth is learning to accept yourself fully, including your flaws and imperfections. Self-worth is not about being perfect. It's about embracing who you are with all of your strengths and weaknesses, and recognizing that you are enough as you are. The journey to self-worth involves letting go of the need for perfection and accepting yourself as a work in progress. When you stop striving for perfection and start embracing your authentic self, you create space for growth, healing, and transformation. You begin to understand that your worth is not tied to your accomplishments or mistakes, but to your intrinsic value as a human being. When you have a strong sense of self-worth, you are no longer afraid to take risks or pursue your dreams. You understand that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Self-worth empowers you to take bold actions, make decisions that align with your desires, and create the life you want. You no longer hold yourself back due to fear of failure or rejection, because you know that you are worthy of success. You take inspired action from a place of confidence and belief in your own abilities. In relationships, self-worth is the key to attracting the love and connection you desire. When you recognize your value, you stop settling for toxic or unfulfilling relationships. You understand that you deserve a partner who respects, supports, and loves you for who you are. Your self-worth dictates the type of relationships you attract, and the more you believe in your worth, the more you will attract people who reflect that belief. You will no longer tolerate relationships that drain you or make you feel unappreciated. Instead, you will attract people who uplift, encourage, and celebrate you. Your career and professional life are also deeply impacted by your self-worth. When you believe in your abilities and recognize your value, you are more likely to take on leadership roles, ask for what you deserve, and pursue opportunities that align with your goals and desires. Your self-worth is the foundation of your career success. If you believe you are worthy of success and recognition, you are more likely to take the actions necessary to achieve your goals. You won't be afraid to advocate for yourself or pursue your dreams, knowing that you have the skills and abilities to make them a reality. There's a powerful truth that many people overlook. The key to getting what you truly want in life is not found in chasing after it, but in aligning yourself with the energy of attraction. Too often we feel the need to chase after opportunities, people, or things, believing that we have to prove ourselves or that we must run after what we want in order to make it ours. But the truth is, you don't need to chase anything. The moment you stop chasing and start aligning your energy with your desires, everything begins to fall into place. When you're constantly chasing something or someone, it's a sign that you're coming from a place of scarcity, lack, or desperation. You feel as if you need something outside of you to complete you or make you whole. But when you recognize your inherent worth, when you realize that you are already enough as you are, you stop feeling the need to chase. Instead, you become magnetic, attracting what you desire effortlessly into your life. The law of attraction tells us that like attracts like. If you're constantly chasing something, you're operating from a place of lack, and that energy will attract more lack. You may think that by running after something you will eventually catch it, but the truth is that the more you chase, the more elusive it becomes. It's like a game of cat and mouse. The more you chase, the more you feel like you're running in circles, never getting closer to what you truly want. What if you could change that dynamic? What if, instead of chasing, you could start attracting? When you begin to understand that everything you need is already within you, you stop trying to force things to happen. You begin to trust the process and the timing of life, knowing that what is meant for you will come to you effortlessly. Attraction is about aligning with your desires on a deeper level, becoming the person who naturally draws in the opportunities, love, and success that are meant for you. The first step in this shift is to stop seeking approval from others. Too many people chase after validation, approval, or affection from others, believing that they need someone else's approval to feel worthy. But you must realize that your worth is not determined by others. You are inherently valuable just as you are. The more you believe this, the less you will feel the need to chase after others for validation. You will begin to attract people who appreciate you for who you are, rather than people who only take from you or make you feel like you have to prove yourself. One of the biggest misconceptions about attracting what you want is that it requires doing more or working harder. In fact, it's the opposite. Attraction is about being in alignment with your desires, not forcing them into existence. When you stop chasing, you allow things to unfold naturally. You give up the control and the anxiety that comes with constantly trying to make things happen. Instead of pushing, you pull. Instead of running after things, you wait for them to come to you. This doesn't mean being passive, it means being in a state of flow, trusting that what is meant for you will find its way to you when the time is right. Imagine for a moment how much lighter your life would feel if you stopped chasing after everything. No more stressing about the future or trying to manipulate situations to get what you want. Instead, you would trust that the universe is working on your behalf, bringing the right things and people into your life when the time is right. Attraction is about energy, and the energy you put out into the world is what you will receive in return. When you stop chasing and start living in alignment with your desires, you shift your vibration and open yourself up to receiving what you truly deserve. Another powerful shift happens when you begin to trust yourself. Chasing often comes from a place of doubt, of feeling like you're not good enough, or that you're not deserving of what you want. But when you begin to trust in your own abilities and in your worth, you stop trying to force things to happen. You stop worrying about whether you're good enough, and instead you focus on what you can control: your thoughts, your energy, and your actions. When you align with your desires, you begin to create the conditions for them to come to you without forcing it. The truth is, the more you chase, the more you feed into the belief that you don't have everything you need. You create a cycle of lack where you constantly feel as though you are missing something. But when you stop chasing, you break that cycle. You create an internal state of abundance, where you no longer feel like something is missing. You know that you are enough, that everything you need is already within you. You begin to act from a place of confidence and power, knowing that your desires are already on their way to you. By shifting your focus from chasing to attracting, you open yourself up to a life of ease and flow. The more you align with your desires and trust that they will come to you, the more you will see evidence of this in your life. Opportunities will arise, doors will open, and you'll find that things you once thought were out of reach are now easily within your grasp. When you stop chasing and start attracting, you step into the fullness of your potential. Attraction isn't about sitting back and waiting for things to happen, it's about actively aligning your energy with what you want. When you stop chasing and start attracting, you become the person who draws in what they desire without effort. You become magnetic, and the right people, the right opportunities, and the right experiences will begin to show up in your life. The key is to trust the process, to know that your desires are on their way, and to let go of the need to control how or when they arrive. In the end, the real secret to getting what you want is not about running after it, but about becoming the person who naturally attracts it. By shifting your energy from chasing to attracting, you transform your life into one of abundance and fulfillment. You stop seeking and instead you start receiving. The way you see yourself is the lens through which you experience the world. Your self-image shapes your thoughts, your actions, and your beliefs, all of which contribute to the life you live. If you have a limited or negative view of yourself, it's likely that your life will reflect those limitations. On the other hand, when you elevate your self-image, you elevate your entire existence. Changing how you see yourself has the power to transform every aspect of your life. Your self-image is not just about how you look on the outside, it's about how you perceive your worth, your abilities, and your potential. The moment you change the way you view yourself, you change the possibilities for your life. You stop seeing yourself as someone who is small, insignificant, or unworthy. Instead, you start seeing yourself as someone capable of achieving greatness, someone worthy of success, love, and fulfillment. Often we hold on to old beliefs and self-images that are no longer serving us. These beliefs may have been formed in childhood or through past experiences, but they don't define who you are today. In fact, these outdated beliefs can hold you back from reaching your full potential. Your past does not determine your future, and the way you perceive yourself in the present moment is what will shape the life you create moving forward. If you're ready to experience a life full of possibility and opportunity, the first step is to change the way you see yourself. One of the most powerful things you can do is to start seeing yourself as worthy. When you believe you are worthy, everything begins to change. You begin to attract experiences, relationships, and opportunities that align with your new self-image. You no longer tolerate situations or people that don't honor your worth. Instead, you begin to set boundaries, stand up for yourself, and make choices that reflect your value. When you truly understand your worth, you begin to walk through life with confidence, knowing that you deserve the best of everything. Changing your self-image doesn't mean being arrogant or boastful. It means seeing yourself through the eyes of love, respect, and admiration. It's about embracing who you are, flaws and all, and recognizing that you are worthy of success, happiness, and love simply because you exist. This shift in perception is transformative. It allows you to let go of the need for external validation because you no longer rely on others to confirm your worth. You know that you are already enough, just as you are. When you change your self-image, you also begin to change how you approach challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as insurmountable, you begin to view them as opportunities for growth. With a positive self-image, you become resilient. You start to see yourself as someone who can overcome anything that comes your way. When you believe in your own strength, you stop running from challenges and instead face them head-on, knowing that you have the power within you to conquer whatever life throws at you. Another aspect of changing your self-image is realizing that your thoughts create your reality. What you think about yourself becomes your truth. If you constantly think that you're not good enough, not smart enough, or not deserving of success, those thoughts will manifest in your life. But when you start to change your inner dialogue, when you begin to tell yourself that you are capable, worthy, and deserving, you begin to see evidence of this in your life. Your thoughts become aligned with your self-image, and as a result, you start to see opportunities and experiences that match your new perception of yourself. One of the most effective ways to change your self-image is to visualize yourself as the person you want to be. Imagine yourself living the life you desire, achieving your goals, and being the person you've always dreamed of becoming. Visualization is a powerful tool for reprogramming your mind. When you visualize success, love, and happiness, you send a message to your subconscious mind that this is who you are and what you deserve. Over time, these visualizations will become your reality because your subconscious mind will begin to work in alignment with your conscious desires. Changing your self-image also means letting go of limiting beliefs and replacing them with empowering ones. Beliefs are incredibly powerful. They shape your reality, your choices, and your experiences. If you hold on to beliefs that tell you that you're not capable, not deserving, or not enough, your life will reflect those beliefs. But when you replace those beliefs with ones that empower you, such as I am capable, I am deserving, and I am enough, your reality will shift accordingly. You'll start taking bold actions, making decisions that align with your true potential, and attracting opportunities that support your growth. This transformation starts with a simple shift in mindset. Instead of focusing on what you don't have or what you haven't achieved yet, focus on who you are becoming. Embrace the idea that you are constantly growing and evolving. Every day is an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. With each step you take towards self-improvement, your self-image becomes more aligned with the person you want to be. As you continue to grow and evolve, you'll start to notice that your life reflects the changes within you. You'll attract success, abundance, and fulfillment because your self-image now aligns with your desires.